of the gritty streets of Flint, Michigan, if your parents wasn't working at GM or the factories and stuff like that, or had a decent job, you was out there in the streets. Either you was selling or you was robbing.
Oh shit, here we go again.
There's a King Von in every state, every city, and every hood. Back when I was 16 years old, one of my closest friends was a King Von. I remember the first time when he caught a body. So I was sitting in my room, and how my room was set up, I was on the second, we lived in a townhouse, and my room was upstairs, and I had like this door that you can, well, a balcony, but it's a door that you can go outside and you could just jump up there on the bars and come on in. And some of my homeboys, you know, they'd come in that way. They won't even use the front door. They'll just jump up on the porch and just open the door, come in. So that's not unusual. So my homeboy, for everybody that know me in real life, know we're not talking about Al. This was somebody else, the other guy that used to be with me. So y'all know who I'm talking about. So here I go on my computer playing Age of Empires. It's a computer game where you, it's like an army computer game. So I'm playing this game and I hear somebody right there on the balcony. So I'm thinking it might be Moot, Quez, or Al, or the dude that I'm talking about. So he get up there and he just busts through the door. And I faintly seen him when he came through. And I noticed, like, because he always was wearing a white tee, but it was like kind of burgundy. So I look at him a little bit and I keep playing. And now okay, y'all see where I'm sitting at right here? He was probably sitting right here to the right of me, but in the corner. So as I'm playing, I'm look over there and he got a sawed-off shotgun. And, you know, that's not unusual. You know, we teenagers, we in the hood, you know. So seeing a gun, that ain't nothing. So I look at him and I look at him again and I'm noticing his white tee is red. It's blood on it. So I stop and I'm looking at him. I'm like, man, what's up with you? He all breathing hard. And he doing like, y'all know when the army, when they say like 1,000-yard stare or something like that, where somebody could be looking at you, but they looking past you. That's what he doing. He looking at me. He like, bruh, I had to do it. I had to do it. I was like, you had to do what? Now at this point, y'all, I done paused the game and I'm looking right at him because I'm like, what did this dude just do? Now, prior to this, yeah, we was around here toting guns. We was around here sticking people up. This is the results of growing up in poverty. Yes, we could have went a different way and worked at McDonald's or Burger King or went to a grocery store. But we chose to live this type of lifestyle, which is robbing people. You know, so it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't unusual for me to see him with a gun, but it was very unusual for me to see him with blood on him. Now, for anybody out there that might say, oh, Donta snitching, he snitching. No, my dude told me to tell this story, y'all. He got 70 years. Well, he ain't 70 now. He got 60 years now because he done did 10. But he told me to tell y'all these stories. So that way that it might be somebody out there, might be a juvenile out there that might be listening to me and might think twice about going out there robbing somebody. But I'm going to tell you how it goes. Hold on. So, and be sure to hit that like button, y'all, because y'all be playing military mind games. Anyway, so I'm like, dog, what happened? He was like, man, I had to do it. I had to do it. I'm like, you have to do what? He like, man, bruh. Now he out of breath. I don't know, did he run all the way from the scene to my house nonstop? But he like, bruh, Yeah, man, I had to, and then he just went to sleep. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, this dude done popped somebody. He over here in the corner of my room, and then he go to sleep. So what I do? I turn right back around and get on my computer game. So he get up like an hour later, and I'm like, so we gonna talk about what happened? He like, yeah, bro. So basically, I went up to the park, and I ain't gonna say the park and none of that. I went up to the park and I caught this white boy, and I ran up on him, and he tried to fight back. I guess he thought, the hammer was fake, and he tried to fight back. So all I know, we were struggling for the what, and then it went off. And, it was like, it was just so loud, like I thought I was deaf, like my ears was ringing and everything. And, he was still holding the hammer. So basically, they tussling for the gun, but the barrel is pointed at the other cat's stomach. And the gun go off. And I guess dude, his body locked up and grabbed the gun while my homeboy had it, and he like leaned over on him. So he said like, dude was like saying something, but he was gargling, red liquid out of his mouth. And he was like, he said like that he seen like when dude's spirit left out of his body. And he said like, it's like his eyes glazed over, and dude was still clutching the gun, like his body locked up. And he said he actually saw this man life leave out of his eyes. And he said he just was like just looking at him. And he said he was like in a trance and he had to snap out of it. So he said when he realized what happened, he snapped out of it, he grabbed the gun, and he took off running. And now he here. So I'm looking at him and I'm like, I don't know what to say. Because in my crew, y'all, yeah, we was out here doing stupid stuff. We was robbing people, breaking in people's houses and stuff like that. But nobody in the crew ever took nobody's life. At best, we'd go as a 2 or 3 man team with, stuff with, and then most of the times, y'all, we had BB guns. We all shared one gun in the whole crew. So most of the time, we'd go as a 2 man, 3 man crew where we'd catch somebody and we'd stick them up. I mean, you got 3 cats with what you assuming pistols on you, you gonna give it up. And that's what we did. But this time he took it too far. And this is why I tell y'all that when a man is hungry and he trying to feed his family and he go rob somebody and that gun go off, yeah, he is in danger of the hellfire, because there is other ways to make money to feed your family. So I'm not going to make no excuses. But if a man go out there definitely to just rob people and steal just to look good, to get them some jewelry, or what kids say now today, some drip, and you end up taking a man's life because you want to look good, you are definitely in danger of the hellfire. So he like, man, bro, that it was crazy. It was crazy. And then he started smiling. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, now this dude right here particularly, he was a quiet dude. He was quiet. They always say it'd be the quiet ones. He didn't even look like he was a stepper. Well, back then, I don't even know what they called it back then, but this was, now he has earned his stripes and badges, and his activation of being a stepper just have been activated, because he will go on, y'all. He will go on and become a hitman in Detroit. I'm gonna break something down for y'all. This might be the realest video that I ever done. When you got these older drug dealing dudes that already did time, They know that. Why do y'all think these older drug dealer dudes be having these young boys around them? These teenagers, these minors. Because they know if they have these teenagers and minors hold the pistol. They know the teenagers and minors, if they hold the drugs and the police run up on them, they just gonna get juvenile time or a slap on the wrist. This is why these drug dealers be having these young cats around them. These cats that's in poverty. Yeah, they using them. And they feel like, well, especially when you come from the places that I done been to, of the gritty streets of Flint, Michigan, if your parents wasn't working at GM or the factories and stuff like that, or had a decent job, you was out there in the streets. Either you was selling or you was robbing. Pick. You got a choice. So, it was like, so he done found himself in Detroit, got up under some guys that was paying him to take out rivals. And I remember I didn't see him for about 2 years after this would happen. And I ended up running into him when I was in Pontiac, y'all. Y'all know about the Pontiac stories. So I ended up running into him, man, and he looked so different, man. I'm talking about his whole face was tatted up. And when I seen him, I was coming out of a club called Tonic. And we bumped into each other. And he instantly went to his waistband like, dude was like that. And he looked at me and I'm looking at him because I was about to grab at his waistband that's one thing about me, y'all. Like, I just feel like this is why Donta don't drink, and this is why Donta don't smoke or do any type of drugs, because I always have to be on point. I always been like that because a lot of my associates and a few of my friends done lost their life because they was off that drink. So my thing is, if I see a man and he ain't got the hammer out, 9 times out of 10, I know he got it on his waist. So if I'm about to get into any altercation, I'm instantly grabbing you by your throat and going for your waistband. And that's how I was back then. So when I see him going for the grip, I this hand was going up and this hand was about to go that way. But I'm looking at him and I say his name. And he say my name. And we like, oh, what's up, my N-word? What's up, my N-word? So we grab each other, embrace each other. I'm like, man, where you been at? He like, shoot, man, I've been in the D. I'm like, man, like, dog, where you been? I didn't forget about what he did, like the last time I seen him in my room. But I wouldn't even think about that. I just see, this my homie. I ain't seen him in 2 years. So we embrace each other, we talk, and he like, yeah, man, nah, I ain't the same dude, man. I ain't the same dude. I'm like, what you mean? He like, man, you know, I'm out here getting it. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I remember the look in his eyes when he was in my room, and I told y'all he got to laughing hysterically when he was telling me the story about how he downed the white cat. This is 2 years later, y'all. He still had that crazy look in his eye. I don't know what it is when a man take another man's life. I don't know. Maybe a part of him is taken away from him. I don't know. Now, Donta ain't never, to my knowledge, I never took a man's life. Never. I have assaulted men plenty of times, but I have never taken a man's life in my life. So Donta's eyes, I can still sleep okay at night. But at the same time, you know, I'm looking at him, I'm like, my dude is gone. So he gave me his number. And at that time, y'all, I wasn't about to call him. Nah. He said, yeah, man, when you in the D, man, yeah, hit me up, man, so we can chill, so we can hang out. Yeah, I'm going to show you the city. Let me tell y'all something. This was my homie. This was my dude 2 years ago, okay, when we was teenagers. But Donta knew enough that growing up in the streets of Flint, Michigan, you do not, when you hang around certain cats, it just know what comes with them. If you got a family member in I remember one of my brothers, right? I just had my son. I think he was maybe a year old, or maybe even 11 months old. And my brother was a stepper. My brother that was directly under me. He was a King Von for real. I remember I was at my baby mama house and he came over there to see us. And he was like, hey, I want to take my nephew with me, right? I said, are you crazy? He was like, no, what you mean crazy? Why can't I take my nephew? I said, what you got under your shirt? He had a bulletproof vest on. He said, what? A bulletproof vest. I said, what you got in your book bag? I got a Tech 9. I said, that's why. That's why you cannot take my son out this house. Man, ain't nothing gonna happen to him. Man, you know I said that is why. He didn't understand that. He said, man, you know I can protect him. I could probably protect him better than you can. I said, listen, bro, you're not taking my son out of here. There's no way I'm about to let you take my son out of this house and you got a Tech 9 in your backpack and you ain't a bulletproof vest. That don't work that way. It don't work that way. So he was like, man, all right, man, whatever. So let's fast forward to my dude. So he give me the number. I know I'm not calling because it always be the innocent dude. And I'm not saying that I'm innocent at all, but it always seemed like it be 3 cats in the car. And the dude that get hit was the guy that had nothing to do with it. And I'm like, with my luck, I might be that dude to get hit. Right? So, he gave me his number. We embraced each other again, told each other we love each other. And he went his way and I went my way. He would go on to document it. He went on to catch what I know for a fact, maybe 5 more bodies for a fact, and allegedly maybe 2 or 3 more. We all got a King Von that we know. We got King Vons in our families. I ain't the only one. And the crazy thing about that, y'all, that we love our family members that's like King Von. We love them to death. But we also know that, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Because the Holy Scriptures teach us this. If you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I'm going to say that again because I don't think y'all really caught what I just said. The Holy Scriptures teaches us if you live by the sword, meaning if you a cat out here robbing and stealing and shoot them up, bang, banging people, 9 times out of 10, if you don't go to the penitentiary, like my friend, you're going to the grave. And 9 times out of 10, it's because somebody going to take your life away from you. Like you done took the lives of many, many people. We got to understand something about this gun violence thing. And please, if you a parent out there and you got a young son that might be gang banging or out here in the streets confused, show him this video. Because it's about to get real, raw, and raunchy. Because the thing that they don't tell y'all, when you get locked up in the penitentiary, what they don't tell you is this. Sometimes that victim, the person that you took away from this earth, sometimes he got family or she got family out there in these penitentiaries. And they're in there waiting on you. They're in there waiting on you. Matter of fact, I'm going to give y'all one right here. I remember Wallow. Y'all know Wallow and Gilly? Wallow was telling the story not too long ago where he was talking about this young cat took out this dude nephew or niece or something. And he didn't even know this was the person, family member that he was in the pod with. And he told the story where, long story short, for the sake of time, he said, the dude didn't approach him. He didn't say nothing to him, but he knew who he was. And when dude ended up walking past his cell one day, he grabbed him by his mouth like this and had that sword of justice poking at him and brought him into his cell, pulled his pants down and inserted heavy D inside of him. and made him his prison wife. A lot of cats don't be talking about, like, I told y'all this on a live the other day. One of my homeboys, y'all remember in Flint, I had a crew. It was about 12 of us. And everybody went to prison. Everybody, except for my homeboy that's doing good in Atlanta. His name Terrell. He doing good. But he the only one that didn't go to prison. Dang, I forgot what the heck I was talking about. What was I talking about? I done lost my train of thought. Well, anyway, y'all. The Wallow story. The Wallow story. So, the point of telling y'all is this. If you out here committing crimes, man, and I need for y'all to look at the magnitude of what's really going on. When you take a man's life and he has kids, you just not taking that man's life. You taking a father away from his kids. This dude has a mother and a father, right? And you taking them. When you take a man or a human being out of this earth like that, you leave a hole. There's a lot of family members that are affected by that. And for you steppers out there that won't keep it real, when y'all get caught, tell about how many nights that y'all cry at night when you in that cell. When you replaying in your head, you just keep replaying it over and over. I should have never did that. Dang, look at me. I'm up in here now for life. I shouldn't have went out this time. I should have just let it go. I should have just let it ride. Now I'm in here. Y'all know what? I liked it. The reason why I liked the King Von, because he reminded me of my brother. He reminded me of my brother that's no longer here. Because my brother lived by the sword and he died by the sword. And when I seen King Von, I don't know, he just reminded me of my brother. But I realized something also, man. Yo, it ain't worth it, y'all. It ain't worth it. Put down them guns. Put down them guns. If it ain't no real stuff, like somebody violating somebody in your family, or violating a child or a woman in your family, or just did something that's so out cold, unforgivable to you or your family member, man, let it go. Let it go. And with that, y'all, I'm out. Hey, y'all, I need for y'all to check out my big partner, Spiritually Speaking. This is his YouTube channel, y'all. He got some stories over here for y'all. I need for y'all to go check him out, y'all. Check him out. It's called Spiritually Speaking. This is what his YouTube channel look like. He got some good stories. Contact Brian at 248-629-1117. He offering cash for diabetic test strips. Make sure y'all contact him at 248-629-1117. Y'all, we got a good brother out here by the name of Paris. He got an organization called Father Type. His mission statement is Father's Type is a mindset. It is a way for the youth to have core principles like values and morals that they believe are very important to help them guide and cultivate young men into becoming the best version of themselves by the way of a Father Type mindset. Be sure to contact Father Type if you want to become a sponsor or a mentee for troubled youth. Y'all, if y'all looking to get y'all personal credit fixed, make sure y'all contact Rose. Her telephone number is 888-557-5778. Not only do she help you improve your credit score, but she also will help you obtain business credit. So y'all make sure y'all contact her. Her information is right here on the screen.